far enough. It could be out. It is out. So that's an important wicket in the super over.
A tough chance, but they picked up a wicket. Look at him go. Position wasn't intended by the batsman. He was looking for more bat on that one to evade the keeper. But what a spectacular catch by Dinesh Chandimal.
In the end, it got too big on the batsman. And what a wonderful take behind the stumps. He almost cupped it up, but reacted well to grab that one, to get rid of a danger man. Mendes.
Talk about fielding. Short delivery really didn't come on. See, this is what Udana does so well. And what I think, and that's his 50, incidentally, an important one for Kusal Perera.
Cricket lova kalama Pitiya yali sarasa Ekma jaya gamu lova jaya gamu Singhanada patura It's the battle of the champions It's the glory of the nation.
And he's in our plan, so I'm really looking forward to watching him go. And we know Chadwick Walton, you'd know a lot of him, Darren. He's a wonderful player out of the Caribbean.
He is. I think it was in 2018 when he scored the most runs in the Caribbean Premier League. He had a lean period this year, was a part of the Karachi Kings. That franchise went on to win the PSL for the first time. So Danishka, Gunatileka will partner Chadwick Walton. Walton will be looking for more from his bat. He shares the role as a wicketkeeper as well.
Yes, he does. And I've spent a bit of time. I had one year with Jamaica, of which Chadwick was a player of ours, and what a fantastic player! He hits the ball so sweet, very athletic, and you're right. He has the ability to be great in the field or keep wicket.
See, the thing about this guy, Walton, is he's played quite a few leagues. He's a regular customer in the BPL. I've seen him play there, and he's an explosive batsman, as you said. And Danushka Gunatilaka, my goodness, he brings in so much into the team. Excellent batsman, can bowl some off-spin, outstanding fielder. And Binura Fernando, he's been struggling a little bit with injury, but he's looking good, Mickey.
Yeah, he's lost a lot of weight. He's worked extremely hard on his fitness. He's worked on his fielding, non-negotiables that we have with the Sri Lankan cricket team. And I'm really excited to watch him play. I think he's going to go quite well here.
Right, we're ready to start. Umpire Lyndon Hannibal confirming, saying ready to go. Binura Fernando will start off proceedings. Play is the call, and here is the first ball. My 11th Circle, Lanka Premier League, Day 2, Game 2. Jaffna Stallions versus Gaul Gladiators. Straight away a bit of movement.
Yeah, there was a bit of movement, and that's what you want. The first ball, you want to see it go through to the keeper as a bowler, don't you? You want to hit your area and then see it go through to the keeper, hit the keeper hard, and that kind of sets the tone. So, good start for Jaffna Stallions.
Yeah, young. He's not very young now, but Binura Fernando has played under 19 for Sri Lanka, has played white ball cricket for Sri Lanka. He was out of it because he was injured, but he's really worked hard. Was speaking to the Stallions coach today, and he was very impressed with the work ethics of Binura Fernando. Runs here, punched off the back foot. The first sign of aggression, and that is a My 11th Circle champion shot to start off.
Yeah, that was a disappointing ball. You kind of look at it in his run-up. There was a little bit of a stutter. He decelerated into the crease there, and he was always going to drag it down, and that gave Danushka Gunatilaka a real good look at it and gets his innings on the go.
Right. Gladiators are on their way, 4 without loss. They've still got a slip in. Short fine leg. And the men out of the boundary are a backward square leg and a point. These are tough times to bowl, isn't it? Fast bowler, 2 fielders, third man fine leg in the circle. Another play and a miss.
Mickey, I had a look at what both teams produce in the power play in terms of their lengths. They weren't consistent at all. And I'm talking about the teams in that first match. When you look at the Kandy Tossers and Colombo Kings, they sprayed the ball all over. I think what you want in the power play overs is a bowler bowling to his strength. Bowling the hard lengths. If you've got pace, use the pace wisely. And as we all know, the first 2 overs, you can extract a little bit of swing. So try to pitch the ball up and see if you can get a wicket.
Oh, that ball bounced. See, that's the thing about Binra Fernando. He's so tall and he hits the deck hard and he can get that awkward bounce.
Yeah, what I liked about what you said there, Darren, is for the bowlers, all you can ask of your bowlers is to hit their area. So you would have prepped, you would have had your game plans to the certain batters, and then you're asking your bowlers to execute that. If they execute and hit their area and they get hit for 4, it's unlucky. You know, there's nothing more they could have done. It's when they start chasing the game, and they kind of panicked yesterday and looked for that magic ball.
So that's another dot ball. This is turning out to be a good over. Just one delivery that was wide outside the off stump, but other than that, he's generally been at the batsman at that punt too, just following in the left-hander.
I also think we need to take into consideration the fact that many of these players have not played a lot of competitive cricket, so they will struggle a bit on the execution side. I think it produced entertaining cricket for us in that first game. But as the tournament progresses, you want to see bowlers getting and coming into their own, getting more consistent with their lines, their lengths, and getting more control as well.
Last ball of the over. Excellent first over. Very good first over. They're running that run. Oh, how close was that? How close was that? What would have a direct hit been? Anyway, we'll take a look at it later. It's 5 without loss. Look at the two teams. Stallions versus Gladiators. Very well balanced, exciting young players and experienced players in this lineup. 5 without loss at the end of the first over. Gladiators batting first after they won the toss. Kyle Abbott, talk about him, Mickey.
Yeah, I'm really excited to watch him go. He's a wholehearted trier. One would say very unlucky in terms of his international career, because he gave some sterling performances for South Africa. He's now gone over to Hampshire and made that his home, and is playing there now as an overseas player.
Well, that's another mile 11 circle champion shot. The second boundary for Danushka Gunatilaka.
And the one thing you don't want to do to Danushka Gunatilaka is give him width. The minute he gets width, you're coming into his area. Benura bowled that over particularly well, because he, apart from the ball that he cut for 4, everything else came and tracked back into his body. Benura knows him. He's bowled a lot at him. Kyle Abbott doesn't, and he will learn the hard way if he continues to give him width.
He's got a man on the extra cover boundary.
Well, from the field placement used so far, you can tell that the strategy is to bowl him wide. Kyle Abbott started the over with a sweeper through the offside. This was the last ball of the last over. Would have been gone with a direct hit.
Yeah, it would have, and he should have known better, Danushka, because he does fielding practice every day with Dhananjaya De Silva, who's one of our best. I'm surprised Dhananjaya missed, actually.
4 more. Don't bowl on the pads. You can't have a strong offside field and go there, going round the wicket, the angle down the leg side. Just easy pickings for Danushka Gunatilaka.
This was exactly what we spoke about earlier, Darren and Rashan. The fact around that he's gone away from what his kind of strength is. You don't want to give him too much width, but it's a fine line. You want to be hitting the top of off stump. If you come into his pads, the Panura did, he got his length right. That was just a leg side half volley. Any batsman worth his weight in salt is going to put that one away.
Now the slip gets removed, gets across on the leg side. That's better. That's more like it, isn't it? Just back of a length and more in line with the stumps.
Yeah, it is, and that's kind of where he wants to be. I think the one thing that's going to be interesting is seeing these guys. I mean, Kyle Abbott didn't play much for Hampshire this year because of the pandemic around the world. So he's come off a very, very low preparation base. And that's what we're kind of going to get to see. And you made the point earlier, Darren, that the guys, I think, will get better as the competition goes.
Chadwick Walton will get the opportunity to face his first delivery of the innings. Hasn't had the best of form with the bat.
Interestingly, Kyle Abbott's last T20 game was played last year in the South African League. So you're talking about players not being exposed and playing. I mean, that's exactly what Afridi said. Hasn't played for a long time. In fact, all these guys, they just need to, they're yearning to come out and express themselves.
Exactly right. The Sri Lankan player, we've been working through the pandemic as best we could for the last 8 months, but the guys haven't played a game of cricket for 8 months.
Punched mid-off, quick single here. And again a miss. Tisara Pereira, the fielder, single of the last ball. 15 without loss. So 15 without loss. Decent start for the Gladiators. Don't forget they're winning the toss and batting. Binura Fernando continues. See the length he bowls, just back of a length. He's not going full. And talking about the seam bowlers from yesterday, here's a little bit that you could see. I'll let you two guys talk about it.
Yeah, on a good batting surface, you've got to take your variations out. Look at the changes in speeds. And that is going to put a batsman off, especially when he is taking the attack to the bowlers. And you can see the slower deliveries, the cross-seam deliveries. And when you're bowling a short ball, get it head high.
Still not a run in these over 2 balls bowled. Binura Fernando appears to got his rhythm quite early. He seemed to be dropping it in those right areas.
He's worked extremely hard during this time, and I think the key there is we spoke about the scattergun yesterday, pitch map of the teams that played yesterday. He, apart from the ball he was cut, his length has been immaculate so far.
Oh, he was wrong-footed there. And they're coming back for 2. So Kyle Abbott. It's been quite decent, isn't it, for Binura Fernando? As you said, he's been out of injury, out with injury. He's kind of been fallen out of favour, really tried hard to get back into national reckoning, and this will become a great platform for him to really come and express himself.
Yeah, it will, and I think you summed it up there, Rashan. He's tried hard. He's worked extremely hard at his game, and you know, you like seeing players that work hard, do the hard yards. He's lost a hell of a lot of weight. He's got himself to an optimum level of fitness now, and you like to see guys who do that get rewarded for their efforts.
I'm sure he'll try to use his height as well. 6'7". Reminds me a bit of Mone Morkel, and the asset he has with his height to extract a little bit of extra bounce. So that's why if he bowls the right length, it could be uncomfortable for a batsman, because you're indecisive as to whether to get your weight going forward or stand back. And being a left-hander as well, that unique angle is very, very challenging for a right-hander.
Again, that back of a length.
The thing with Banura here, which is different to what we saw Kyle Abbott do, I think the right attack to both of these guys is into their body. The key for that, though, is getting your length. The time Kyle Abbott attacked the body, he got his length wrong. It was a half volley on leg stump, which any batsman is going to put away. But Banura's just bowled back of a length. With his height, Darren, as you say, he just gets that extra bounce. Batsmen aren't that comfortable coming forward to him.
He could. Oh, that's very well played. Very well played. See, this is the challenge of the fast bowler, isn't it? You've got just two men allowed outside the circle, and another my 11 circle champion shot, just a little glide down to third man, but he's quite decent in pace. He gets a bit of height and bounce, and when you have a third man fieldsman inside the circle.
I'm not quite sure I agree with that field on the sweeper boundary. I think with the angle, seeing the lengths that Fernando is bowling, you'd probably want to opt for that third man, because it's easy and it's a low risk shot, just opening the angle and beating the short third man.
See, I think it's a real tough call for a captain, isn't it? When you have just an option of two fielders. It's 23 without loss. It's a pretty strong batting lineup that the Gladiators have. Bhanuka Rajapaksa, Afridi, Dhananjaya, Milinda Sirivathana, Shehan Jayasuriya. Listen to that. That's quite low, Mickey.
That's very low for Shehan Jayasuriya. Bats superbly there in the middle, and he can give you some more spin. So they bat a long way down.
See, this is the thing when you're packed with a side with so many batsmen. So sometimes you wonder whether you will underutilize a player. I mean, you bat Shehan Jayasuriya so low. So what are you going to use him for, as a bowler?
No, he's an all-round cricketer. So you want him to be batting ideally in your top six and giving you that sixth bowling option. That's really low. It's a kind of insurance policy for him.
I must say that, barring that first over from Abbott, generally the bowling has been pretty disciplined. They've got it spot on. The Stallions, they've worked to a plan, as you said, back of a length, and they've been at the body of the batsman.
And they've made another change to their bowling. Dwayne Oliver, who is a genuine wicket taker, who's had Test experience and ODI experience with South Africa. They'll be searching for an early wicket because you saw what happened in that first game. 79 is what was produced in the power play overs, a partnership of 75. So you don't want to allow for a big platform to be built in this innings. So wickets very crucial.
Oh, we're talking about a wicket. And that's exactly what happens. Wanidu Hasaranga, the catcher, and Oliver breaks through.
Yeah, that looked just a little bit of extra pace there, just short of a length, and going to a really good fielder. You can have a look, Olivier banging it in, short, extra bit of pace, extra bit of bounce. Good control there from Hasaranga, nice and still, watching it into his hands.
Well, we spoke about the importance of wickets, and it's so different from yesterday's game. It was bang, bang, bang and runs. But here, a wicket's lost. Olivier getting the wicket. Walton out for 4. It's 24 for 1. Right, Azam Khan is a new batsman. Now, Mickey, tell us about him. You've been around in Pakistan for longer than in Sri Lanka, so you should know these guys.
I do know him. He's got a lot of talent. He hits the ball extremely hard. Obviously, Moin Khan's son, so he's had a cricket pedigree in his. He would have had all the Pakistan players around his house growing up. But he's exciting cricketer.
Gunatilaka on strike. Now that's a wide. Now the question is, okay, we'll come to that. We'll show you the wicket, and after that I'll come to that. Take a look at this. This is Walton.
Yeah, pace on the ball. Always effective with a new ball at the top of the innings. It wasn't a rank short delivery. It was outside the offs, and Walton probably chose the wrong option to go leg side. Might have been better off looking to hit it through the offside, maybe cut the ball.
Swung away on the onside. That is definitely a My 11 circle champion shot.
Great shot, Danushka Gunatilaka. Again, the thing about Danushka, his strengths are when the ball's wide, he drives beautifully through the offside. And what makes him an international cricketer, in my view, is the fact that he plays the short ball well. And you have to play the short ball well as an opening batsman in international cricket.
Now the question to you, Darren, is do you think the fans should have Danushka Gunatilaka in their fantasy team when they download this My 11 Circle app?
Definitely. They're missing a trick if they're not.
Pass point. That's another boundary. Well, finally, Danushka Gunatilaka seemed to be just getting into his rhythm. I think the Gladiators needed that.
My 11 Circle champion shot yet again. Make it number 6 for Gunatilaka. He's been exceptional despite having lost his opening partner, Chadwick Walton. Anything that is wide, anything that is short, he's been able to pounce on it.
So last ball of the over. That's gone fine. That's another boundary. He certainly should be in that fantasy team. And you need to download the app, my11circle.com. It's 37 for 1. big last over, eventful one, a wicket and some runs. It's been all Gunatilaka, 28 of 17.
He's batting well. He's getting into his stride now, and he's punishing anything with width, and he's punishing the short ball. Carl Abbott into him now.
Now, will that be a wide? Yes, it is. He doesn't like it, but Lyndon Hannibal just making sure.
Yeah, he went for the variation there. He tried to cramp Danushka up, but he just got it just wrong, and that allowed Danushka to glance it away down at fine leg for 4. Yeah, the lens, if we have a look at the lens, particularly Banura has hit that area, good length there, 55%, and that's where you kind of want to be with the new ball and with the heart. Very well bowled.
He's off the mark. Azam Khan, you were talking about what a strong player he is, and is that a glimpse of what to expect?
That's a glimpse of what you can expect. He doesn't mess around. He doesn't hang around Azim Khan. You give him any scoring opportunity, he's going to take it. He's a dangerous player. Jaffna will be happy when they see the back of him because he can change the course of games. Had a really good PSL this year with Quetta Gladiators and a very good local domestic 2020 comp.
All right, let's see. Quick single here. Very well run. Very well run. I hope Danushka Gunatilaka is all right. That underarm hit him straight, but they ran well. Azam Khan's quite quick.
I tell you who is quick, Wanindu Hasaranga. He's got to that ball with extreme pace. He normally hits. He's a wonderful fielder. He's got there with pace, one hand, and just missed. That would have been very, very close. Just in. And the one thing Grant Flower always stresses with the Sri Lankan batsman is make sure you dive. If you run out and you don't dive, you get a bollocking in the dressing room.
So the current rate just under 10 runs. Just warming up. The Gladiators, they got a lot of firepower left, let's not forget. See, I think what Abbott's trying to do is something that we were talking about up here. From round the wicket, just looking to angle it back and making sure that he's at the batsman, as you said.
Yeah, he's just trying to cramp him up for room, and you kind of got to on this wicket. I think they've probably gone away. They've watched the game last night. They've had a look at lens. They've decided how they want to attack these batsmen. And sometimes it's not actually about the batsman you're going to face. It's about the wicket and the facilities that present itself. They would have looked at the pitch maps from last night and come up with a strategy to bowl into the body of the batsman.
Azam Khan. This time only a single.
When you spoke about lengths, Mickey, a trend that I've seen recently in the IPL, in the CPL, many bowlers tend to get wickets off that hard length, just short of a good length, and even with short deliveries, many more bowlers are using that option to contain opposition batsmen, also to get wickets. We saw in that first game, 4 wickets fell to seamers with the short ball. So that's a wicket-taking option for fast bowlers.
Only a single of the last ball. It's 9 runs off the over. It's 46 for 1.
46 for 1, 5 overs gone. Now this tournament is going around the world. I'm sure we've got people glued watching this. We had plenty of action yesterday for game number 1. Finished after midnight yesterday. I'm sure you stuck with us, but there we go. Sony Live app as well. Also where I live these days, USA, Willow TV, Sky in the UK and Ireland. And I'm sure also in Pakistan there's going to be lots of viewers in Pakistan going to be watching this as well, with obviously Afridi and also Malik in particular playing today. PTV and Geo, Pakistan, Bangladesh, K-Sport, Bangladesh, Sportsmax in the Caribbean. So it's going all over the place. Thanks for being with us. ITN in Sri Lanka, obviously. And there's a look at some of the digital partners as well. So I'm sure you're thoroughly enjoying all this action. Sri Lanka Cricket, the official YouTube channel. Sportsmax in the Caribbean, live now as well. Plenty of action so far in this game. Third man into play. Should be able to come back for the second note. They decide on just the one. And it's Duan Olivier who is in the middle of some serious work that he's got to do.
That was Binura Fernando. He just threw it in from the boundary line with his right hand. That was a strong throw back in, so that's impressive. Left arm fast bowler.
What's he doing using his right hand then? His right arm?
Using both.
Change of place that time, or change of pace, sorry, that time from Duan Olivier.
Yeah, he's changed his game plan. Lots of slow balls. Usman Khan Shinwari, one of the options the Stallions do have. There's Charita Salanka, former under-19 captain. Vyas Khan, tallish left leg spinner from the north of Sri Lanka. And of course Sri Lanka's leading fast bowler in Test cricket, Suranga Lakmal, who hails from this part of the world, the deep south.
Leg side, whipped away, and that's gone for 4. Fine leg was inside the circle. That brings up the 50.
Yeah, without taking too many chances, Gladiators have managed to get to 50. In the power play, that's good going. Laying a strong foundation.
It's been Gunatilaka. 34 of 23. Very strong square of the wicket. And he's been liking that extra pace to some extent.
Again, the change of pace. It's a single to finish, so just the boundary has upset that over from Duan Olivier. 7 from it, 53 for 1. There's the signal of the power play. 6 overs gone. So the run rate in the first 6 overs, the power play, 8.83. Means the captain comes into play now. Tesoro Pereira. We'll be relying on a bit of change of pace around the place also. Now, just a couple of bits of information about this surface today. It's the same track that was used yesterday. The boundary is 64 metres. So it's 70 yards, 64 metres. So it is going to be something that the batsmen are going to be fancying, I've no doubt. And conditions are absolutely ideal. It's around about 26 degrees. Fairly humid out there. You'll see the players will be fairly drenched in perspiration pretty soon. Tight line. Nice start from Pereira.
Probably one of Sri Lanka's most experienced players, Tesoro Pereira, in this format. Captain of the Jaffna Stallions. And guys, you're in a beautiful part of the world. It's amazing. So many different things to offer.
Thanks for reassurance.
Was that you?
Yeah, that was me. Not. That's more like me.
And
Coconut
food.
water and something.
Food. Yeah, I know you know all about it, and that's why you keep coming back.
Correct. Nicely bowled. Good stuff from man from the army. What is he in the army?
Major.
Major in the army.
And we also are staying in a nice little cozy corner in the middle of the jungle. Plenty of nature around us. This morning, the Abu the monkey popped up. You know Abu?
No, I don't.
From Aladdin.
No, don't know how.